Hello, my fellow investigators. Welcome to Watch Us Lose, where we're playing every scenario in Fantasy Flight Games Arkham Horror. I'm Rob.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Scott.
Hey folk, it's Rob. As you can see, we tried something new and it didn't entirely work. I'm actually really tempted not to share this session at all, but we did get things working a lot better in sessions 2 and 3, and I worry that you might want to know how we got there. It would be really weird if we just started in the middle of a game. So we did get the bulk of the weirdness sorted out like 30-40 minutes into the session. So I'm going to put a link, the time code in the description below if you just can't take the echoing and, just seeing Eric's eye. So you can jump straight to that and figure out how we got to where you are. Otherwise, I thank you so much for your indulgence, and I do promise we get better. Not at the game. We're really bad at this game, but we get a little better at producing the video elements of that. So, thanks.
And I'm Scott.
Hello, fellows. Scott, thank you for joining us. It's great to have you along to lose a game with us.
Glad to be here.
And Eric, welcome back. Good to see you again, or at least one corner of your eye as we get some of our technical difficulties sorted out.
Okay, that's not just me then. All right.
It's not just you at all. So, Eric, I'm curious. I know you're not too familiar with Arkham Horror, but what are your thoughts with it so far?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. The mechanics are a little different and I'll have to get my head around them. Like I said, this feels much more of a claustrophobic game somehow. In Eldritch Horror, you're traveling the world. In Arkham Horror, you're in a city, and it feels much tighter for some reason. I'm still adjusting to the. I mean, I think we have the same amount of places to go. Mechanically, it's the same, but perception-wise, it just feels so much smaller the way this board is set up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's sort of, it was sort of the selling point of the game, or rather the selling point of Eldritch Horror was that it was taking the city experience of Arkham Horror and bringing it to that sort of globe-trotting vision.
Yeah.
And so this is sort of going back to that.
I don't feel like I've seen the movie that Arkham Horror is based off of. Like Eldritch Horror, you've got Indiana Jones, you've got the you can literally see the little lines being drawn on the map as you travel it. So you get a narrative feel. I don't quite have a narrative feel for this, and I don't think I've watched. I guess I haven't watched enough, noir to really get a feel for this yet. We'll see.
Yeah, I've got no basis. I've got no basis to comparison to Eldritch because I've not played Eldritch. I have played Mansions of Madness a bit. I feel like similar scale, maybe a little easier to get around than this game than Mansions. But in the couple times I've played this, it's not as manic as Mansions. And it could just be the theming of the first episode of Mansions of Madness. There's a big things are on fire and things are chasing you. So there's a little bit of a different feel to it. But I'm okay with this. So yeah.
One of the things that that I like about what they call the Arkham File series, though, is that they do have like almost every range of the game that you want. So you want to be trapped in a museum? Well, you've got Elder Sign. You want to be wandering around a city? You got Arkham Horror. You want to be taking care around the world? You got some Eldritch Horror. And a few games in between.
I
go ahead.
Enjoyed Elder Sign for some reason, and I think it was the dice. I think the dice really made a difference in that game, because there was something just fun and horrible about that game. It was just it was so dice centric. I enjoyed it more for some reason. I don't know.
I played that once. I played that once. Party at a friend's house. Party at a friend's house. There were like 8 of us. Whatever the game supports. I mean, there was a lot of people. And I think setting up and breaking down took 3 times as long as we were allowed to play. The game hated us, and we lost in like 9 minutes. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, it's a brutal game, but I like rolling dice. So that's and I like paying attention to cards less. So that was the fun part about it.
Well, sadly, you're gonna have to pay a little attention to the cards in this game, but hopefully we'll get some good dice rolls in as well. So today we are going to be playing The Approach of Azathoth. So, let's see. The story so far: at the center of infinity slumbers Azathoth, lulled to sleep by the ceaseless piping of accursed flutes. Yet some mortals would seek to draw the infinite power and calamity of the blind idiot god to them, and thereby doom all of humanity. All right, so, in this game, we're going to be going around, taking our actions, moving around the board, fighting some monsters like this robed figure that we have here. After we take our 2 actions each, we're going to be drawing cards and seeing what happens to us in each of these neighborhoods, hopefully collecting these clues. Once we have the clues, we're going to be trying to research them to put them onto the scenario card in order to advance our part of the story here. And hopefully we won't be having too much of these doom tokens, because as those come onto the scenario card, we're going to advance the bad part of the story. I'm sure we're only going to have good things happen to us this time, though, right?
Absolutely.
That we're playing the wrong game if you want that.
Well, very possibly.
We're playing the wrong series of games.
Scott, would you be so kind as to read us our first Codex card that's going to tell us what's going on? Deja vu.
Sure. The day dawns the color of hammered lead, with a stillness and chill that settles over the gabled roofs of Arkham and lingers. As you go through your morning routine, you cannot shake the feeling of having done it before. The same breakfast, the same headlines in the newspaper warning of disappearances and odd goings-on. And a note in your handwriting reading, "The Damon Sultan approaches. Meet at the train station." So, when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, we have to add card 4 to the codex. And do not remove this card from the codex. And when there are 3 or more doom on the scenario sheet, flip this card.
So that lets us know how we're going to get started in this. So let's take a look here. So again, we don't exactly know how we are going to end up winning or losing this game, but we know that our goal is going to start by getting 3 clues onto that scenario sheet, First by gathering them from the neighborhoods and then taking a research action to put them onto the board. Meanwhile, during the Mythos phase, other more Doom will be coming out, and as soon as we have 3 Doom on that sheet, more negative stuff is going to happen. So that's the basic flow of what we're going through, and we have some fresh investigators to launch us off with. So Eric, who are you playing?
I am playing Patricia Hathaway, the violinist, who is a mystic and seeker, meaning her roles are to ward doom and to get get clues. Each time doom is placed or moved to the Nacera's seat, you may focus one skill of your choice, even if it exceeds your focus limit. So when doom happens, I can focus a skill. And I have a focus limit of 3, which means I can focus 3 skills at a time, I believe. She has a health of 5 and a sanity of 7. And she has some cards, Captivating Melody. When you perform a ward action while engaged with a monster, as part of the ward action for each success you roll, you may exhaust 1 monster in space instead of removing 1 doom. And she has the violin. After you perform a gather resource action, choose a skill. Each investigator in your neighborhood might focus that skill. So it's nice to kind of focus the skill, and do a double focus for everyone around. And I also have to make a choice. I can choose if I have ominous dreams. Once per round, when resolving a test, you may re-roll 1 success to spawn or research 1 clue. If this talent is discarded, discard the Watcher. And the Watcher is something bad that comes up and basically makes my life unpleasant.
Just a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah. When and so I have to choose if I want this or I want to get rid of the Watcher. Last time I played, the Watcher came up, and then we stopped the game. I'm going to keep it. Let's shuffle the Watcher into the deck. We'll live dangerously.
Sounds good to me. All right. And Scott, who are you playing?
So I am Norman Withers, the astronomer. And so I'm a scientist. I'm also a seeker and a mystic. So we've got sort of dueling seekers and dueling mystics here. But maybe that'll help us.
Says you, Rob. There can be only one.
I have 5 health and 7 sanity. Focus limit of 2, and I'm carrying a spell called Find Gate, and if I pass that, I can move to a space of my choice with 1 or more doom, and that'll give me 2 insanity when I cast that. And then I've got these 2 items. I presume, Rob, I have to pick one of them, So the first one is the astronomy book. Once per round, while resolving a test, I can re-roll a number of dice up to the amount of doom in my space. Or the precious memento, which after I gain a clue, remove 2 horror from this card. I'm gonna stick with the memento. I think the astronomy book is a situational. Though the doom can come out pretty quickly. And that can help. And that can help. I'm going to set this guy off to the side.
You can even drop that right off into the pits if you want.
Done.
All right, so you guys have folks designed to help with clues and to clean up some of the doom on the board. So I took because if there's one thing I've learned about these games, re-rolling dice can be very, very important.
Oh, now you took me, Rob.
One thing I've learned about these games is sometimes you can have any number of re-rolls and it doesn't matter. That's what I've learned.
Yep. This is all true. So we're also starting with another card in play, which is the anomalies rule. And this just says basically that if a lot of doom shows up on the board, so if there's 3 doom in a space or a total of 5 doom in a neighborhood, an anomaly is going to come out, and it's going to be even harder to resolve them and get stuff clear. All right, our unstable space is going to be independent square, which matters for some things like the rogue figure that says he's going to move towards the unstable space. That will shift as events, clues, and doom come out. Any questions we got to do before we get started?
No questions. Just gonna give a shout out to Bill. Who's following us online. Getting a little bit of deja vu. I think. But hey, it happens.
It is always good to have Bill here.
There was no other game. Right, we don't know what you're talking about,
Bill. This is the first time we're doing this. You must have been through some sort of time warp. I don't know. All right, so we decided before the game started that Mark Harrigan is going to be the leader, but we can take our actions in any order that we want, as long as you complete both actions at a time.
All right. Well, I would like to go
first too.
You really? I was hoping. Our one-man army would go first. Our one-man army would go ahead, dude. Go ahead, dude.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use Patricia's Violin, which was after you gather a resource action, choose a skill. Investigators in your neighborhood may focus that skill. So I'm going to gather a resource. Nope, that's the wrong way to click it. There we go. And then we can all focus a skill. And it's really hard to know which one to do here.
The thing is, you got to do them all.
Yeah, you got to do them all. But I think last time we got... You know what? I'm going to be selfish this time. We're doing observation, guys. You can choose to focus observation.
Yeah, so each investigator in your neighborhood may focus that skill.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I choose observation.
Okay. Now, then I am going to research the clue, right? I can do that?
So,
no.
If after the encounter phase, you get a clue onto your character sheet, then you can, as an action, research that clue to put it on the scenario. But first, you have to gain it during the encounter phase.
Okay. So the action, I cannot do a research action. Oh no, research is to place clues equal to your test on the scenario sheet. Okay, so that was a mistake doing research, but that's fine. So
you can do something else.
Do you mind if we mulligan and do ward and do lore instead?
Not at all. Not at all. I would prefer that. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened.
That right out of my hand.
So, hold on. How do I use once per noun when resolving a test? How do I do a test? Is that only when I'm having a card?
Anytime you're rolling dice. Anytime you're rolling dice.
Anytime you're rolling dice.
Effectively.
Well, not anytime you're rolling dice. Anytime you're rolling a number of dice equal to a skill. So anytime that you're rolling your lore or your influence or your observation or whatever.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to just move up here to deal with this doom. That's what I'm going to do in my round.
So you have, for your first action, gathered resources. And your second action was to move. All right.
Yeah.
And the next turn you'll have the chance of warding against that doom. All right, I will go next. And I am the combat guy, and there's a guy to combat over here. So I'm going to take the move action. When you move, you can move up to 2 spaces, and then you can spend up to $2 to move that many additional spaces. So I'm going to spend $1 to go a little bit farther. Then, as soon as I am in this space with this robed figure, it engages me. So when it engages me, we put it into my play area on the lighter side up. So that was my first action. My second action is going to be an attack action. With. So my strength is a 4. The robed figure has strength -0, so I don't have any penalties there. I don't have a weapon yet, so I don't get any extra dice. I'm just going to roll these up. I get 2 successes, a 5 and a 6. So I do 2 damage. It only has 1 on its little health symbol. So I defeat it, and he goes back into the monster deck to come out again later. So that was my 2 actions. So I turn that over, and I'm done. Scott, what are you going to do?
Right. Well, with some more deja vu, I'm going to just like you did, and I'm going to move to your space. I'm going to move to your space. I feel like the 2 doom space needs to be taken care of. That is going to cost me $1. That down. And then I am going to ward.
Right.
And so that is a test. Of the lore. So I'm going to get 4 here, and I am going to. I don't get any other bonuses, so we're just looking for 2 successes here. We can get them.
Ooh.
And we got them.
All right.
Ooh.
So with the ward action, for each success you get, you can take out 1 doom. And then if you take out 2 or more doom on 1 roll, you get one of these nifty remnant tokens, which can be used to pay for effects in the encounter phase, or to not have to take a sanity hit when you're casting your spell here.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
That's my 2.
So that's your 2, and that brings us to the monster phase. So monsters can have 3 conditions in this game: ready, exhausted, and engaged. So a monster open on the board on the dark side here is a ready monster. And we take a look at what it says at the bottom. Patrol. Move towards unstable space engage the highest influence. And he has a movement of 2, which we also see at the bottom right. The unstable space right now is Independence Square, which we've noted with this little flag to help us out. So it's going to go 1, 2, and that's as far as it gets. So that's the only monster on the board. There are no monsters engaged with us, so nobody takes any damage. And then we go to the encounter phase. All right. Okay. So I am the lead investigator, the leader in this game. I am not engaged with a monster, so I can have an encounter in Independence Square in downtown. Scott, you want to read me the top?
Sure. Independence Square. As you pass by the shop, you see a little girl with a Dunwich accent darting through the crowd. She seems to be hiding from something. Test will.
All right. So my will is a lovely 4. That's a good start. And I got 1 success.
If you pass, you recognize the game she is playing and decide to play with her. She is delighted. Hand you a gift before giggling and running off. Gain 1 curio. And become driven.
All right. So gaining a curio. I'm going to come over here to the offer or whatever they call it in this game. And I can get Grimm's Fairy Tales, ground pepper, the healing elixir, a first aid kit, or an occult scripture.
I'd probably go with the healing elixir.
Yeah, the problem is that it's only 1 use.
Yeah. First aid kit then? Unless you're planning on... okay, so Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Fairy Tales not bad.
I was actually thinking about the scripture to help out. But no.
Though, I don't know. Hard to say.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Grimm's Fairy Tales.
Okay. So is that card going to the bottom of the pile?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And so you are also... We move to the next player, who is also in Independence Square. So I also read Downtown Independence Square for you, Scott, correct?
That would be correct.
Okay. Independence Square. A flea market has sprung up, filling the square with happy voices and colorful wares. You browse the stalls in somewhat of a daze, hoping to take your mind off the terrible things you have seen. You may buy any number of common items from the display, unless you spent all your money getting here. Then you're out of luck.
Is that true? You're out of money?
Yeah. Was there? Should I have been looking for a clue icon on the last card, or no?
Yes, but there weren't any.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, you weren't, because we're not in a space with clues.
Never mind. Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I am in Arkham Advertiser.
Okay, the Arkham Advertiser in North Side. Let's see if you get a clue. Nope. Editor Doyle Jeffries doesn't like the story about a strange creature that you submitted. Either test observation to recall more explicit details, or spend 1 remnant to show him the proof.
Well, I don't have any remnants, so I test observation, which is a 3.
And you pass.
I pass.
If you pass or spend the remnant, Doyle approves the story and pays for your work. You gain $3.
Wow.
So the rich get richer.
Yep.
All right.
So tuck that away. And now we get to have our first mythos phase. All right. Here we go. We're going to draw from the Mythos Cup, and I'm going to start with a headline. So we only have 13 of these. If we ever run out, we lose the game. It's curtains for Arkham. Longest running Arkham Playhouse closes. Final play, The King in Yellow, Boffo. Mysterious going-ons at theater. You suffer 3 horror unless you place 2 doom in your space.
Oh, I know what I'm doing. On my turn.
Yeah, I can only take 4. I could drop a couple onto Sophie. I did get driven. That's not going to help me.
It's all right.
You say that.
I know. I do.
Okay, so is this moving Doom to the scenario?
This is putting Doom into a neighborhood. The scenario card is that one here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I feel like that was our first really bad decision of the night, but let's see what happens.
Yep.
And that was only 1. All right. Oh, a gate burst. All right. So, we're going to have a gate burst in the Merchant District. So that means a doom is going to be placed on every space in the Merchant District.
Ugh.
That's not enough to cover an anomaly yet. And now we're going to take this here. We are going to flip. We are going to shuffle, and we are going to put these at the bottom, which means that next time Doom comes out, one might come out in Doomtown, but one might also come at the Merchant District, which would be bad. All right, so that's my 2.
All right. Does this flag need to move off of this space now?
Yes, and now it's going to go to the starting space, which is the train station. All right. Scott, pull 2, see what horrible things happen.
Spawn monster.
All right, so we're going to get a Swift Byaki. Spawn at the most Doom.
Well, we got a tie for that.
And he's going to move towards the lowest observation, which I think is me.
Yes.
All right, so all right, I think we spawn him.
Sorry.
Spawn him here and then.
Yeah, so he is tough. How tough is he? All right, so my thought is if we spawn him up where you and I are, Scott, he can engage me, and that will leave you free to go to the Merchant District. Oh, except you don't have money.
I can travel using my spell.
Okay.
Now this other guy's going to come towards you as well. So,
but hopefully the Byaki will be dead by then.
Okay.
So he's gonna. He gets to spawn wherever there's the most Doom. Since there's 2 spaces with 2 Doom, we get to choose. We're going to choose Independence Square, and then he wants to engage whoever has the lowest observation, which is me. and so he's just going to jump right on here.
Okay. Actually, the rogue figure is now going to go towards the train station, so you do not need to worry about it.
That's a good point. All right.
That's one. And a blank.
Blank. I like those. All right, my turn. First one, blank. That's good. Second one, less good. Spread doom. Not good at all.
But considering you're only on a one doom space, maybe. Oh, but it's going to happen on a different.
Yep. So that's going to come out at the TikTok Club. So that's going to come here.
That's so good.
And that's going to put an anomaly on here, so we won't be able to get that clue until we get there. And any additional doom that comes into this space will now go on to the scenario sheet.
It feels like you cannot avoid anomalies in this game. It's like the first round and we get one. And this has happened twice.
Yep. Yeah. But hopefully we're only have a few more doom that can come out before we refresh the bag. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. All right. Let's have our second action phase. Who wants to go first?
Well, okay, so I have a question. I'm sitting on a doom. I was thinking I was going to deal with this doom and then move down to the merchant district. Is that a good plan, or should I really move down here immediately and deal with this doom?
I think the doom in the merchant district is a lot more important.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the action of ward. My lore is a 4.
So, okay. Yeah.
Right? And so I roll my lore. Is that
so that's if you want to clear the doom in the space that you're on.
Right. So hold on. I said my plan was to deal with this doom and then move down to the merchant district. Do you want me to move to the merchant district and deal with the doom down there?
The merchant district is far more dangerous than the one doom up there at the moment.
All right. I feel like okay. So that's a 1, 2, and then I could spend the money. Well, you're just going to use your spell, so I'm just going to go here.
Yeah, that's
and fall
on your face. Fall on your face.
Okay. Okay, so now I am going to try to ward with 4.
Excellent.
2. Now I could choose not to do one of them and use my power, but I guess that would probably not be the smartest thing to do.
Since there's no monster on your space.
No, when solving a test, you may reroll 1 success to spawn or research a clue. I think we're not dealing with that right now. We're just going to get rid of the doom. So I take these 2 doom. And I get a curio. Remnant. And I just put this in the garbage? Okay.
Okay, well done. Scott, you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I will go next. I was trying to figure out some of that echo issue. Anyways. So I've got to get somewhere where there's doom. 4.
Yeah, I think the echo's on Rob's side because you're not echoing here. You're echoing on Twitch only.
Yeah, you keep going. I'm going to do a thing.
Interesting. So you just took out 2 doom there. I mean, I could take out the 2 doom where I'm at.
You could.
That's a smarter move. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna I'm going to do a test for Ward. And
they're going to leave Patricia alone by the spatial anomaly. Quite a gentleman there, leaving the poor violinist down there. But go ahead.
Well, we'll see how this goes, right? And that's a 1.
Yeah.
Now,
you can't spend your focus because that is a lore test. You can't re-roll with the thing you're focused in.
Yep. So I guess that's one gone.
Yep.
And so now my option is I could use my spell to come down to the TikTok club and prepare for the next turn, or just simply finish the cleanup here in downtown.
Well, you can only do it.
Can you ward twice?
Each action once.
That's right.
So just teleport down here and prepare for the next one, unless you want to gather resource or something like that.
Oh, that's right, because I got no money. It's tough, right? All right. It sort of was a problem last time that I had no money, so I'm going to take a buck.
Okay.
All right. Just like that, the plan starts to fall apart. Okay.
We had a plan. I didn't realize.
So, this is actually going to be harder than I thought.
The Bakshi on this card is much scarier than the one on Eldritch Horror. This thing is creepy looking. The dinosaur bug thing. That is just a skeleton dinosaur bug thing. That is just awful.
All right, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to start by doing an attack action. All right. Then all right, so I do 1 damage to it. All right, that's okay. That's okay. Because you may perform the attack action any number of times per round. So I'm going to attack it again. All right.
There you go.
Yes.
So that's going to kill it. So.
And you can move up to 3 spaces.
I can move up to 3 spaces. Oh, that's helpful, because that's not a move action. So I am going to move up to 3 spaces, which is here.
You took the long way around, but that's okay.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Now.
You took a scenic route. It's downtown. You gotta see the sights in downtown. You can't just go directly to the monster. You gotta enjoy it.
Oh, maybe I don't do this. Hold on. So my 1-man army talent says after you end movement in a monster space or after a monster moves into or spawns in your space, you may become delayed to perform an attack action as an additional action. But
That's not movement.
Yeah. I don't think I moved there. So, where is the unstable space?
So it's here.
All right. So
the monster's going to end up in the.
It's gonna
or bridge. Or
and the Byaki let me move 3.
2.
3.
Oh, up to 3. Yes.
All right.
Up to 3.
So I'm going to use it to come back to the train station. And this was here.
Yeah.
All right, so I did 2 attack actions. That's all I got.
Okay.
Right, that's all I got. That means we've all gone because we forgot to unflip these and reuse them. So let's do a monster phase. The only monster still on the board is the rogue figure, who's going to move towards the unstable space at a speed of 2, which will get him to here. That's the only monster on the board. Nobody's engaged with one, right?
Correct.
So we get to have our encounters. So I'll have a train station encounter, please.
1 train station encounter in North Side. You sit with Bill Washington, the old train hand. He shows you something that was left behind, and you ask if you can keep it. Test handshake, whatever handshake is.
Influence.
Influence.
All right.
Test your influence.
Well, not what I'd love to test, because my influence is a 2. And I fail. Does anything bad happen if I fail?
If you fail, he says, I'll hold on to it in case the owner returns. And no clues. No clue on that card.
So let me just see if I want to re-roll this to try to get that baseball bat. I can take 1 damage. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to use the portrait. I'm going to take 1 damage. I can take up to 8.
You can't afford the baseball. Oh, you get. Oh, you gain 1 common item.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Yep.
So,
well, you don't have to buy it. You just gain it.
That's right. So let's do this. I'm going to re-roll both of these dice. Right, it does say gain, doesn't say buy.
Says gain.
Yep. And there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I think that was a good trade because this is going to give me +3 strength to attack. Although it is breakable. But as Len has taught me, get items.
Yep.
All right, so that was me. Scott, where you at?
I am in downtown at Independence Square.
Right, although you are in a anomaly space. So Eric?
No, I am
not.
not.
No, because you're the other character. There you are.
Oh, he just abandoned me.
Yep.
Okay,
Please.
so I have to read that. Downtown. There we go. Downtown. Independence Square. The market is unusually hectic today, and the crash of voices and swirling colors disoriented you. Test sanity, little brain.
Go ahead, Scott. Test your little brain.
You mean will?
Yes.
Will, yeah.
Okay, I got 4 of those. Oh, that's a good pass.
Okay. If you pass, you keep your head patiently and peruse the wares for something you need. Gain 1 common item.
Ooh. All right.
How do I slip this underneath? What's the key combination?
Right click.
I've been picking up the entire deck and doing it that way. I forgot about the right click thing.
That didn't work though. That slipped under the wrong place, I think. Alright, well, if it comes up in the wrong place, we'll know.
Nope, you got it. Okay. No, maybe it did go in the wrong place. Let's see. I get one common item. Let's see.
Hold it, Alt, and right click. There you go.
Let's see.
There.
Bulletproof vest.
You know what? We're not going to be fancy
So you
about
can
this.
also draw from the deck and take the first common item you find.
Ah. I feel like that's a smarter move than taking this bulletproof vest first aid. Let's see what we get.
All right.
All right.
That's the green deck here, right?
Oh!
A common weapon.
All right.
Okay.
Oof. That ain't too bad.
That's a plus
Not
5
too
on
shabby.
the combat roll.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to start fighting monsters.
Well, maybe it will.
So someone read me an anomaly card.
All right, so you're in a space with 0 doom. The melody is far beyond Strauss, as Strauss is beyond a 6th century madrigal. Test will.
Okay.
Ooh, it was almost a 4.
If you pass, you hum the intriguing tune. You remove 1 doom from any space in your neighborhood.
Okay, so hold on. Was that a test? Okay, so with my ominous dreams, once per round, when resolving a test, you may re-roll 1 success to spawn a clue or research a clue. So can I roll 1 success to spawn a clue?
Can. And this is a good use of it because there's no penalty if you did it.
I still got it. But...
So go ahead and remove 1 clue from your neighborhood. Not clue. I mean,
but I don't have a clue.
Remove 1 doom from your neighborhood. I misspoke.
I have no doom in my
neighborhood. No. Neighborhood is the entire
thing. This one.
I approve. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, okay. I'll go for that one. That may still screw us, but yeah.
All right.
But now I spawn a clue, correct?
That's right. So when we spawn a clue, we're going to take the top deck from the event deck, which is the Merchant District. So you go ahead and put that in the Merchant District.
Okay, but that's where I am, so I can't.
That's where you are.
So it's useless because it's underneath an anomaly.
Yeah. And then...
But it's still there.
I shuffled in, took the top 2 cards from the neighborhood deck, shuffled them in. So once we clear out that anomaly, we'll be able to get some good clues from there.
Okay.
All right. So that was the encounter phase.
Well, and our the flag here, right. That's going to move to the TikTok club.
All right. I'm going to move Mark where I can see him a little better. He blends in to some of this stuff. So, are we ready for the Mythos phase?
I guess so.
Yep.
All right. So the blanks are all out, but we have some clues coming up. And a reckoning. Okay, so the reckoning. We can do these in any order. I don't think any of us have any cards with reckonings in play, right?
I do not.
All right.
Do not recognize that symbol.
So we really just have the one on the approach of Azathoth, which says for each cultist monster, place 1 doom in its space. The only cultist is the robed figure.
So, can you put it on the bridge?
We put it on any of the adjacent neighborhood spaces. Do we have a preference? I I think downtown is safer because we haven't been getting a lot of downtown stuff, so it won't cascade.
Yeah. The only argument I got for putting it here is that you can work on getting rid of 2 at once.
Yeah, except my lore is a 2.
I wasn't saying you were doing it.
You know what? I'm going to put it at the Arkham Asylum. And here's my reasoning. Right. Because next turn, we can see if Patrice can clear out these 2. And if she does, that will leave you free to stay up here and deal with stuff.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, so that was my first. And my second is another headline. I feel like Glenn. Dream expert found dead. Foul play let me try that again. Foul play suspected. Dr. Ephraim Zwinglinger, MD, PhD, dead in his home. Doctor strangled to death by his own hand? Headline, test will. If you suffer 3 horror, prevent 1 horror for each success. Oh, test will. You suffer 3 horror, prevent 1 horror for each success that you roll. Well, that's kind of...
Is that just you or all
that's
of us?
Just me.
Okay.
Oh, you got 4 will, at least.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. All right, so okay. I take 1 there. I don't think I'm going to do anything about that.
Okay.
And I can... You know what? I'm going to take that back. I'm going to put it on Sophie's portrait.
Okay.
Smart.
Yeah. Because I'm going to probably use doggage soon. All right, so that was my 2.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll do this.
Sorry.
Go ahead, draw.
Spread doom.
All right. That's the wrong deck. Let me try that again. That was not the deck. There we go. So a doom comes out in Independence Square.
Okay.
And now this moves to here. Next.
Yep.
Okay.
And next.
A clue.
A clue. So a clue's gonna come out in North Side. Is that here?
That's good.
All right. All right. There we go. All right, Eric.
Okay. Ready for me?
Yeah.
First one, monster spawn.
A monster. A Tindalos Alpha. Spawn at the most doom.
Well, how would you like, Norman? How would you like to test out that machine gun of yours?
Sounds like I'm gonna have to.
Oh wow, that's tough. Well, okay, that's not
2 plus elite. Whoa. It's
all right.
1.
So it's going to move directly engage the highest observation. Who has the highest observation?
I have a 3.
I have a 3 as well. I believe we're tied.
Well,
I have the ability to...
I'll take it for the team.
Well, hold on. What does it mean when you exhaust one monster?
All right. So a monster can exist in one of 3 states. Ready, where he's on the board and can move around during the monster phase. engaged, where he's on one of our player boards, and then we'll do damage. But there are ways to exhaust a monster, which will have them flipped over on the board like this, and then they don't do anything in the monster phase. And at the end of the monster phase, they'll flip back over to ready. So, a thing we could do is have it appear at the TikTok club, and then Patrice could move onto it, and then she has a special rule that with the captivating melody, she can perform a ward action while engaged with the monster. So
yeah. Why don't we try that? Let's try that, see what happens. Granted, if I fail that roll, I get slaughtered, but
I think it's a bad move, but if you want to take it on.
Well, the other thing is, I can also get down there and pull it off of her if we need to.
Okay. My other thought here, just hear me out, is if the monster's not there, much better chance of getting rid of the doom and the anomaly in that space.
That is
the next turn.
If you want to give it a shot, we'll toss it up to you.
And it's the same distance. I'm going to get 5 hits against it, or 5 die against it.
The thing is,
but it has 5
is going to
health.
stop me from coming to help you.
I hear that.
All right. You want it?
Are you sure about that?
I think for the team, it's the right answer.
Right. I disagree, but all right. I think you're vastly overestimating what you can roll. Because the strength -2 roll, meaning you're not rolling 5 dice, you're rolling. You're rolling 5 dice, but
no, I am rolling 5 because the weapon is a +5.
Okay, so you're rolling 5 dice, but it's got 5 health.
Yeah. Well, it might take two attacks.
You can only do 1 a turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Rob has a special power. He can do more than.
Oh, Rob's special.
I say put it down here. I think you're vastly overestimating what that machine gun can do for you.
Alrighty.
I mean, if you could get the machine gun to Rob, that would be cool. But we're not in the same place right now.
No.
All right. Eric, you need to draw the last token.
I have to. Spread doom, of course.
All right, so that's going to come downtown to Independence Square, which is going to place a 3rd doom in a single space, which is going to drop an anomaly here.
No, guess we're doing it anyways.
All right. All right, so, did we do encounters or did I jump over that?
We did encounters. I had an anomaly encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I got my weapon.
Did I have one at the train station?
Yes, because you re-rolled the die.
Okay. It wasn't a clue one. Got it. Okay. Whew. All right. Let's do it again.
I want to go first because I want to see what happens here.
All right.
I want to see how badly we've calculated. So I'm going to move down here. That was not... Thank you. I'm going to move down there. And now I'm going to perform a ward action with 4 dice.
So as soon as you come down here, this engages you.
Okay, good. I got 2. So I'm going to use one of my successes to exhaust the monster, which just puts it on the board up here, correct?
Yes.
So it's exhausted.
And you get one of those off.
You get one off, and that is it for me. I couldn't get rid of all the doom.
Yeah.
I don't have any rerolls.
It's a little disappointing, but yeah. Right. Okay. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
We may want to roll this back. Now.
Why?
Well, because no, I got it covered. Never mind. Because at the moment, since you're still on its space, on the monster phase, it would refresh at the end of your turn. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, exhaust would mean nothing if on the monster phase it got its power back.
Yeah. All right, Scott, you or me?
I'll go. Mine's, I think, gonna start off pretty simple. I'm gonna ward and try and remove those three doom.
Right. So I'm gonna ask you a question before you do that. What do you think your second action will be?
If I'm successful at removing all three, I would probably move to the Arkham. I wanted to call it the Arkham Asylum. It is the Arkham Asylum. I would probably move there. If I am not successful in removing all three, then I I'm not sure. Maybe focus a skill.
So the reason I ask is twofold. At the moment, the robed figure is set to head towards you, and it will reach you on its go. But I was also thinking that if you focused a skill, you can spend a focus as a reroll if you need to. And so maybe you want to do that first. Of course, if you do that, you can't move away from the monster.
I'm not. And what are you planning on doing?
I was planning on charging down to the TikTok club and
to deal with that,
attack it and be prepared for it to deal with the Tindalos.
I mean, with the machine gun, you should make pretty.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. So let me. I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to re-roll, or I'm going to focus. So can I focus lore again?
No, you can only have one of each.
Nope.
So I have to take a different one.
Which also, because if you use one to re-roll, it can't be from the skill you're rolling. Yes,
right. All right, so let's take one for. Let's take one for influence. And then I'm going to do the ward, which is 4.
The physics of this game sometimes. The game physics just is painful to watch.
So let's try and get rid of a second one. Oh, I've got this remnant. The remnant, what can I use that?
You can use that
at this point
to pay for sanity when you use your spell, or there are also things that happen in the encounter phase that.
Oh, okay. It's not good for rerolls. All right. So let's dump this. And that allows me a single reroll.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nope. Okay. There's 2. All right.
2 and bad.
And that'll give me. Oh, thank you. That's my 2.
All right. All right. So I'm going to use the last of my money. And I'm going to come down here. Then, at the end of your movement, after you end your movement in a monster space, you may become delayed to perform an attack action as an additional action. So I am going to do that. And I'm not... There we go. So we're crouching down to shoot this thing. Although at the moment I don't have a machine gun, but I do have a baseball bat.
That ain't bad.
Take out its legs.
All right. So I'm going to be rolling 7 dice. Okay, so when I attack it, I engage it. Which is the downside of this plan.
So it's not exhausted anymore? Why did I spend my focus to... Why did I spend my extra die to... Why can't I get rid of all the doom then here? Why did I exhaust it if you were going to come down here?
You know what? That's... Is there anything I would have changed? No. That's right, because when I engage it, it would have come off of you. Yeah. So go ahead and do that. Oh.
And then, so the anomaly just goes away? And I cleared out 2 doom, so I get another relic, correct? Or wait a minute.
Alright, so I'm rolling 4 dice, plus 3, minus 2. So this is my free attack, and I hit it for 2.
And no ones, so your baseball bat is still undamaged.
Yeah. Okay. So that was my free action after my movement, and then I can perform the attack action any number of times per round. Is this legal? You know what? I'm going to pretend it is. Because I am delayed.
Ugh. You want to re-roll?
Yes, I do.
What is dogged?
Your focus limit is increased by 1 at the end of your turn. If you're not fatigued, you may flip this card to perform an additional action. And I think if I flip this, I become fatigued. All right, so I'm going to use this for lore to reroll a die.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
right,
no.
okay.
That's 2 1s. But
then
the item only suffers 1 single damage.
I wasn't even thinking about that, so I would have re-rolled. Was this one also a 1 before I rolled it? Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it takes...
Oh, no. This one here was a 3. This one was a 1.
I will have re-rolled the 1. Let's say I still got the 1. And the bat takes some damage.
I think it doesn't matter. No matter how many 1s you roll, it's still only going to take 1 damage.
Yeah, no, I just wasn't looking, and I would have re-rolled the die that had the 1. All right, so I'll take a little beating.
Like a big beating. Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
So was I the last one to go?
You were the last one to go.
So let's have a monster phase.
What about encounter?
Happen before the encounter.
Oh, okay. Monsters happen before the encounter.
So the robed figure moves to Independence Square where he engages Norman.
Okay, what does that mean?
That means...
Does Norman have to attack him now, or is that
attacking
later?
is only an action in this game, but it does mean he won't get an encounter this phase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Well, I'm the only one that gets an encounter.
Yeah. But so that was ready monsters moved, then engaged monsters attack. So I will take the 2 here. And then oh, that stinks. Yeah, I'll take the 2.
Okay.
All right. So that is the monster phase. So now we go to the encounter phase. Patrice is the only one not engaged with a monster. So let's see if you can get a freaking clue. You ready?
Ready.
All right. So you are in the TikTok Club. It's always midnight at the TikTok, you remind yourself. Every clock is stuck at midnight and every person in the club is frozen in place. You gain 1 clue from your neighborhood. So go ahead and take one of those clues and put it on your board. And then later as an action, you can try to research it. You'll have to pour your own drink and leave payment on the bar. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 3 sanity. So that's correct.
You are not an
ally. Would
ally,
be
are you?
a specific type of small card, and you haven't taken any sanity loss, so you get to keep your money.
All right.
So now this is going to go here, and the unvisited isle becomes the unstable space. All right, well, that was fast. Let's do a mythos phase.
All right, shall I go first?
Sure.
Okay, first one is a blank.
Didn't realize there were 3.
Second one
all right,
is
so
a clue.
Another clue in the merchant district. Yeah.
We used them all up?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that was your 2.
And this goes in the merchant district. Okay, so it's here.
All right, so we get another freaking monster, which is an eyeless watcher, spawn at the unstable space. And reckoning. So the cultist, there's only one. No, you have the cultist.
There is the cultist engaged with.
All right, so the cultist is on Independence Square with Norman. He's going to drop a clue, place 1 doom in its space. But there's an anomaly here. And so the doom is going to go onto the scenario sheet.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, each time a doom is placed or moved to the scenario sheet, you may focus 1 skill.
All right. You should do that.
So I focus a skill. I have no idea what skill I should focus. I'll focus observation.
You got to use a special power. Congratulations.
There we go. Okay.
What? I missed that.
I have a special power. Basically, when things go horrible, I get to focus more. So anytime something goes to the scenario sheet, I get to focus a skill. That's it.
Oh, even if it exceeds your focus limit, which it doesn't yet. All right, Scott. 2 tokens from you.
All right, I got to remember that because we didn't read our special skills out this time. And after I remove 2 or more doom from a space, I may suffer 1 horror to research a clue.
The good news is you haven't had a clue to research, so you haven't lost any opportunity.
All right.
Yep.
I guess it's my pull now.
Speaking of,
clue?
So we're going to get 1 in Rivertown. Somebody wants to drop that off for me.
Done.
Okay.
Okay.
And spread doom. Doom.
In the Merchant District, the Unvisited Isle.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll put it there.
All right.
All right. That's those.
All right. All right. Can I go first?
Go first.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, I have a special ability, Dogged. At the start of the turn, if you are delayed, you may focus 1 skill of your choice or recover 1 sanity. I am going to focus a skill of my choice. I am going to focus strength.
Well, hold on. You can focus 1 skill of your choice, or what else can you do? Because since we're on the same space, I was going to use my special gather resource ability.
You're going
to allow us to both focus at the same time.
And
does that make sense?
Were you going to focus strength?
I could, or well, except maybe I should just move to deal with Doom. Yeah, I should move. I should deal with Doom, right?
Yeah, we also need to be in spaces with clues, but that doesn't seem to be a big problem.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so do your Dogged. Never mind. Yeah, right. That's fine.
Alright, so, and that's not even an action. So now, I am going to take...
don't forget about Sophie's portrait. When you use your Dogged ability, this item recovers 1 sanity.
All right. Right. I knew there was a whole chain of things I was meaning to do with that. All right. So now I'm going to take an attack action starting at 5, -2, +3. All right. So
Ooh.
that will do it. Do that. So now, the Tinderlos Alpha has a what are these called? Remnant icon on it. So once I defeat it, I get a remnant, and he goes back to there. All right. So that was 1 action. Then my second action is going to be to use Grimm's Fairy Tales. Oh, I thought I could recover all. I was confused. All right. To recover 1 sanity. So that was me.
Okay. Should I go?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, or just flip it once you go.
Okay. So. I don't know. This monster is here, so I was going to this doom over here because there's still a clue I could get, right?
Yeah.
Is there any advantage on staying on the space with 2 clues?
It increases the odds of getting the clue card. So the Eyeless Watcher, it does have the text, Watcher, this monster does not restrict your actions or encounters. It moves with you. So it would still, like, hurt you during the monster phase, but it wouldn't stop you from doing stuff if it was on you.
Right, but I would be no good at killing this thing.
Yeah, but so yeah, if you could go to the Black Cave, ward there.
I'm gonna go to the Black Cape to move 2, and then I am going to ward, and my lore is currently a 4, so I roll 4 dice. Damn it!
Yeah.
I was hoping for 2. But it is what it is.
All right.
I get 1 doom. And that's what I got.
Okay, Scott, you're up.
All right. Okay. So I am going to attack this robed figure. So that I'm going to use my my 45 Thompson. So that's going to give me a +5. So 2 + 5 is 7. So I'll need 1. Can I steal one of your die?
Yes.
Let's see how this works.
Oof. That's how it works.
It's a hit. And a kill.
And your second action.
And my second action, let's ward. Let's see if we can get rid of this this doom here. Is that what I want to do? That what I want to do.
I'm going to pull this up for my purposes.
Feel like it's important to get rid of this anomaly. So
yeah, I mean, I'm torn because, well, doing that will help us get. Oh no, there are no clues here, but yeah.
Oh, I thought clue came out there. No,
it's going to keep feeding doom to the scenario sheet, and we don't want that either.
Yeah, and that neighborhood keeps coming up. So, all right, we're gonna ward it.
Whew.
That's a big pass there. I don't get to do extra things with my successes, so.
All right.
That's it.
So our monster phase. Nobody's engaged with any, so this is going to be easy. So he's going to go straight to whoever has the lowest. Not straight to. But we determined that retreat. No, who has the lowest influence?
I have a 1.
I have a 2. All right.
I have a 2 too.
Yep. I have no influence.
All right. So let's send him up this way.
I like that.
All right. I think that ends our monster phase. So let's have some encounters.
Okay.
So I'll have TikTok Club.
That club
Merchant
in
District.
the Merchant District.
Thank you.
The peaceful atmosphere inside the club offers a welcome respite from the perils of the increasingly dangerous world outside. You get a table up front near the stage where you can listen to the band and watch the other patrons dance. You may spend $1 for you or an ally to recover 2 health and 2 sanity.
That is really, really disappointing. Just $1, and it also wasn't one of the freaking clues, which we really needed.
Yep.
Anomalies. You have 0 doom on yours. You commandeer a dark robe and join chanting column of cultists in an effort to sabotage their rituals. Test lore.
Test lore. We like that.
Ooh.
We don't like that.
A lot of 4s.
Ooh. You have any rerolls?
I have no rerolls.
That hurts.
That hurts. If you fail, they see through your disguise and take revenge. You suffer 2 damage. Now, you can put damage on nothing.
No. No. Okay. Ooey.
That was not fun. Sorry about that.
No. Hey, I'm the one rolling.
Alright. I'm at the Black Cave in Rivertown.
Finally, somebody going to Rivertown.
The Black Cave. There is evidence of recent habitation. The embers of the fire are still warm. You pick out half-burned pieces of paper. Test lore.
Test lore.
Oh.
I can reroll. I'm going to spend a focus.
Oh.
Nothing else I can spend to reroll?
Does not look like it. I mean, I guess you could spend the clue. Oh, that's painful.
Yep.
All right.
That hurt.
That was a bad
So
round
this
for
was
us.
one of the first clue cards that we've seen. I guess the second.
So the card itself had a clue. Does that put another clue in the neighborhood? It doesn't put another
clue in that neighborhood, but so again, I drew the top 2 cards from the Rivertown deck. I'm shuffling them up, and so it will stay somewhere towards the top. So that clue card will be in the first 3 cards of that deck. And so the other one should be up in there as well.
Okay.
All right. Did we all have an encounter? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have a mythos phase.
Yeah. Shall I go first?
Sure.
Get a blank.
All my blanks.
And a blank.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Well, okay. Now I can. That was just rude of me. Oh, you get all the headlines. It's just awful.
Be careful not to stack them. Occult activity threatens city. Old house demolished after purchase by Silver Twilight Lodge. Workmen found sinister altar shrine. Looks satanic, says one. Headline, you choose one. Place 1 doom in your space, or spawn 1 monster in your space. Are we okay with me putting a doom out?
Yeah, sure.
Doom seems to be under control, he says as Doom pours out of the bag. Jesus.
Fred,
did I shuffle that one
headline
back in? I did.
Yeah.
That stinks. Piscine pox paralyzes port. Disease outbreak traced to Kingsport, Massachusetts. Presumed to originate on foreign shores. Authorities recommend avoiding seafood. Sailors. The water is safe. Headline, rumor. Add this card to the codex and discard all other rumor headlines. Reduce each investigator's health is reduced by 1. And then at a reckoning, any investigator may suffer 3 damage to discard this card. Alright. So, in this game, so we didn't take damage, but our max damage is reduced. So don't actually take it like that. We just have to remember it for a moment.
Okay.
Which is a problem for Norman.
Yeah.
All right, that was my 2.
All right, I guess I'm up next. Spawn a monster. Getting a monster anyways.
Gaming hound. All right. Ooh.
Spawn at the most doom.
So everything is at 1.
And
so it doesn't matter where we put him. He's going to go straight
forward
to whoever has the most remnants, which at the moment are tied between the 2 of you. So I think we might as well just toss him over at Belma's diner.
Okay.
Yep.
Last one.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to put him next to Norman so Norman can go and attack him?
Good point.
I mean, so...
Or... I can just wait for him to come to me.
Yeah, you're going to get...
The thing is, if he
hit by
comes
2
to you,
months.
he will do that damage to you.
Oh.
If he comes... You are in bad shape. I mean... actually, you know where I want? I want down here in the Merchant District, and I'm going to deal with this, and I will exhaust him.
Right.
I'll go over there and ward and exhaust him, because the Eyeless Watcher is also coming for you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
All right.
probably...
So you might want to, yeah.
So draw our last token.
Yeah. Spread doom.
All right. So in North Side, the train station. All right. What do you guys think? We got one more in us?
I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we're making a ton of progress.
We are making no progress.
Yes.
We are making no freaking progress.
You have a clue. You need to research it.
I'm gonna go here.
Right, so as soon as that happens, you're engaged.
Yeah. Engage. Okay. And if I fail this roll, I am in bad shape. This is a wording roll.
Really need 2 successes.
I really need 3.
Yes.
But because then I could also do a
that's
research, which I can't do. 3 would have been nice. I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to discard a doom, and I am going to exhaust that monster.
Before you do that, does it make sense for you not to do that, and I'll move on to the space and attack it and take it off you?
If that's what you want to
that's
do.
What this guy does.
As part of a word action, on each success you may exhaust. Yeah, where is that other one? So this is once per round when resolving a test, you may re-roll one success to spawn or research a clue. So I will re-roll one success. Nope. So you're going to come down.
But that doesn't matter
correct?
because you still get to. You don't need a right
now.
So you can research that clue.
Now I'm going to research the clue, which is a observation test, correct?
Right. So if you took the research action, it would be an observation test. This just lets you research it. So you put it right on there.
Okay, so then this right on, where do I put it? Here?
On the scenario card, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then,
so I did that.
Okay, and you took one doom off of your space as well?
I took one doom off of my space, yes.
Okay, good. So you're done. Right?
Yep.
Scott, do you want to go next, or would you like me to?
I think I'd like you to go next.
So, on my turn, I will move here, and then I will attack the Keening Hound. This is true. I will attack the Keening Hound, which means that he engages me, or I engage him, or whatever. So now I'm going to attack. I start at 5. 4 plus 1 is 5. 6, 7, 8, minus 1 for 7. Alright, so I have 7. Let's not re-roll the Keening Hound. Come on, be nice. That was not nice. Oh. So that was... three damage to it. All right. And then I'm going to use my Driven. At the end of your turn, if you're not fatigued, you may flip this card to perform one additional action. Let's find out what this does. I'm going to flip this. And I'm going to attack him again because I can attack twice. Any number of times per round. There. So I've defeated the Keening Hound. I get a remnant. That ends my turn.
You took a doom, not a remnant.
I'll fix that.
Rob. Okay. All right. So he's gonna move 2.
You could move 3 to get away from the Eyeless Watcher, if you wanted. Get the hell out of Dodge and get to more clues. Because you are in rough shape.
Yeah.
Get that. You either have to go and attack that thing, or you have to get away from it.
Yeah, and he's no easy one to hit.
No.
It's 3.
Yep, but he just picks off 1 sanity a turn.
And I wish I could stop at Velma's Diner. There's a good chance of getting health there. What else we got here? As far as spaces go, that might give me good things. The TikTok Club is a space to get health.
If you have money.
And it has Doom. If you have money.
Which I have a buck. I have $1.
Oh, you're going to teleport there.
You could teleport there.
I could.
And then the Eyeless Watcher would run into us before hitting you.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to do that. So I will use my gate. Yeah.
All right.
Use the gate. I'm gonna test lore, so I get a 4 there. If I pass, I can move to a space of my choice with 1 or more doom, and that's an available space.
All right.
That's a pass.
And now the cost to that is you have to spend or take 2 horror.
Yep, of which I can put that on my precious memento.
Or you can also use the remnant to pay for that as well. Although putting it on the memento makes sense.
Yeah, for now we'll use that. And then I'm gonna teleports down here. So that's 1 action. And my second action is going to be to let's ward away that doom. So that's another test of lore.
Whew.
Nice.
Does not bode well for the next phase.
It's a shame you couldn't have piggybacked off your In the Stars. 2 more doom from your space.
Yeah.
But maybe this means that we will actually get some of these clues that are sitting on this area.
That's also would be
all
helpful.
Right, so let's do the monster phase. So ready monsters activate. He's going to move towards engage the lowest.
He's going to move into our space.
And then which of us has the lowest influence? I think that's me.
You're tied, actually.
So
we're tied.
I'll
take it. You can engage and kill it, but I have 7 sanity and no sanity damage. You have 4 sanity and already have a sanity damage.
But you're better at getting a clue during the encounter phase, and if you have a monster on you, you can't get an encounter.
This monster does not restrict your actions or encounter when it moves with you.
All right.
Flip it over.
If you want it.
I'm assuming that eventually one of you 2 strong men with the machine guns and the baseball bats will pry it off of me really at some point.
All right. So, ready monsters moved. Engaged monsters attack. So, Patrice, you're going to take a sanity hit. Yes.
Well, it moved.
Yeah.
And attack? Okay.
Then, if any monsters were exhausted, they would ready.
Actually, I'm going to put it down on this thing here. It has 2. And that's that. All right. So now we have encounters.
All right.
So who's going first? Me?
Should be me. All right. So Scott, give me a merchant district in where am I now? The Unvisited Isle.
Visited Isle. Okay. The hut seems deserted except for a trinket on the table. You gain 1 curio item. A series of names and dates is scratched into the door. Test lore.
Why
could it
You are the wrong person. It should be me, he says.
I'm the leader. I'm supposed to
I'll take the card. You said we could go in any order we wanted.
But if I had taken the monster, I wouldn't have drawn it, and you would have gotten this one.
Yeah. Nope, because the monster doesn't restrict your actions.
Alright. I'm taking the healing elixir.
Yeah, smart.
Alright. So now I have to test lore.
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
Nice! I take it back, Rob. I maligned your lore skills, and it was clearly I was wrong. I will never doubt the lore expertise of Mike Kerrigan, the soldier, anymore. Clearly, his Aramic skills are unparalleled. That's what we've learned.
Yeah. So he notices a correlation between the dates and events throughout Arkham's history and gain one clue from the neighborhood.
So now I wish I'd taken the thing that would give me the bonus to researching Cthulhu. All right. Scott. You're in the TikTok club.
Okay, Scott. TikTok club for Scott.
TikTok club.
And he's got $1 on him. Some days, a little live music and hot food is the best tonic. You or an ally recovers 1 health and 1 sanity. That's it. While you rest, you notice that several of the clocks are stopped. Test lore.
Okay, so do I recover sanity on that memento or no? Okay, didn't think so. All right, so I'm testing lore. Yes! Woo!
Okay, if you pass, you read the words Azathoth encoded in the stop clock hands. You gain 1 clue from this neighborhood.
Beautiful.
Okay, and someone needs to give me also a merchant district encounter. At the
Is this
unvisited
the one
isle
that I did? Okay.
This is the one I just read. Yeah.
Oh. Was I not supposed to put yours, Rob, on the bottom of the deck?
Because I had a clue, but I got it. So we're good.
Okay.
Although this now is at the TikTok club. All right, and so I'm reading Unvisited Isle for Eric. All right. Sure are a lot of folks around given the name, says the stranger from Innsmouth with a crooked smile. You stumble upon the woman in a clearing, tamping down some dirt. Still, you seem friendlier than most city folks. Can I offer you a gift if you'll pretend neither one of us was ever here? You may become tainted to gain 1 curio.
Okay, so what the heck does that mean?
Tainted is up here. After you draw a blank or spawn a clue mythos token, place 1 doom in your space, and on a reckoning you flip this card. Do not look at the back of this card until you are instructed to do so. So that's the tainted. And then you could get any of the cards here that say curio, or draw from the top of the deck until you find one.
That seems awful. It seems awful, but
you take something awful to get something good.
Yeah, I don't think it balances out. But this on a reckoning, flip this card. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna gain the occult scripture curio, and I'll become tainted. I feel like this is a dumb move, but
this is
whatever.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Aha.
I don't have. That's the weird thing. I don't have the sense of doom with this game as I did with Eldritch Horror. Like the Dark Packs, it's like, oh god, those are awful. And here it's just like we're rushing around so much. I don't have time to think about the future in this. It's just the immediate.
Give it some time.
But all right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So I'm going to point out something. I gained a clue. And my precious memento allows me to remove 2 horror from that card when I gain a clue. So there you go. Is how we do that.
Excellent. All right. Do a mythos phase. How many we got in here?
Okay.
So we spawn a clue. This one in East Town. Not here, that's here. Shuffle this up. Put them here. And a blank. So did something happen on blanks? Okay. That's not me. That's you.
Only
that's me.
Scott?
Only for him. So that's actually probably good. Spread doom
in Rivertown. Oh, that's okay. That's gonna go in the graveyard.
That's new.
Yeah, we haven't been over there yet.
Yep. And gate burst.
A gate burst in downtown. Where's downtown? Oh, this is very bad. This is very, very bad.
Oh no. It's going to be 3 on the card, isn't it?
So the first one comes here, bounces off the anomaly to come here. The second one does the same.
Okay, stop there. So when 3 or more doom are on the scenario sheet, flip this card. So, clue here. That single card? There's a single card. All right. Flip the card. Strange things are happening all over Arkham. People from the distant past walk down the streets, wandering at the unusual buildings. Events happen out of order. The dates on editions of the Arkham Advertiser seem to be chosen at random. Robed figures dart in and out of the shadows, and to your dismay, you think you are being followed. Reveal cards from the bottom of the monster deck until you reveal a cultist monster. Spawn it in the street space nearest the leader, and put the rest on top of the deck in a random order. Add card 5 to the codex, and return this card to the archive.
So let's start with finding a cultist. Well, that was easy. And a street next to the leader. I am your leader. I'm going to put it on this street so that folks can come this way and deal with the anomaly here, maybe.
Okay, sounds like a good
now
plan.
we're going to add card 5. So this. Curious how this will work on the live stream.
Yep, we do see your screen.
All right.
There.
Time unstuck. Okay.
All right, I'll keep reading. Through all the odd occurrences, a sense of rising dread fills the air. The people, the ones from the proper time, scurry from door to door, unwilling to be out under the gunmetal sky. Window shades are drawn and businesses close early. As fluid as time is, you seem to be running out of it. So when there are 3 or more clues on the scenario sheet, add card 4 to the codex. That's the same as before. But now, when there are 7 or more doom on the scenario sheet, add cards 8 and 9 to the codex and return this card to the archive.
All right.
So things haven't really... That wasn't really terrible. Like, one cultist monster. I mean, right? Really? So I think we can take this card 3.
So it doesn't say discard it, right?
Return it to the archive.
So I'm not actually going to return it. I'll just put it over there.
Yeah.
All right.
And then there's one more doom that has to hit this. Yeah. Hit the card. Yep. All right.
All right. So. Okay.
So that was my 2.
Okay, and now I get to do 2. Except it's empty.
And there's none in there, is there?
Nope.
All right. Pull away.
1. Spread doom.
Hold on. What was this downtown? Oh.
That was for spreading doom.
All right. La Bella Luna.
Okay, then it goes to the scenario shoot. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are not in great shape here.
How do you count 6? I only count 5.
Right.
5. Sorry.
And we need 7 or more
Math
to
is
fire
hard.
that.
Oh, that's not good for you, dude.
All right. Well, blank, but because I'm tainted, after you draw a blank or spawn clue mythos token, place 1 doom on your space. So there's a doom that appears right on my space.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ooh. Could be worse, but yeah, that was a tough turn. Man.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I think we're gonna call it here. We are close to making some forward progress. We've got a couple clues sitting on our boards. I don't know. Hopefully, we can flip that card before the doom completely spills over. What do you guys think?
I don't know. Well, it's hard to predict this game. This game's pretty brutal, but we'll see.
So I don't know if you're taking notes, Rob. One of us has to remember. I think my next thing is, Rob, you and I need to get on the same space and trade some stuff.
Yes. In fact, I'm even thinking, because I wouldn't mind giving the clue that I have to someone who has special powers that lets you do stuff with clues easier than I do. So I think that the next turn, if the first thing that happens, Norman comes up here, and then we do some trading stuff, that might be the way to go.
Yep.
So we'll see if we remember that in a week or not.
We'll see.
I'll make a note. I will remember it, because I get to watch this whole thing twice as part of my editing process of getting it onto YouTube. So don't worry about that.
Oh, awesome. I was going to write a note on the table, but you disabled text, so
that's all.
I can't do that.
I didn't think I did that. All right. Well, that was fun. This definitely feels a lot different from Eldritch Horror. I am surprised. There was a moment there where I thought it was all going to fall apart. And while we still haven't made the forward progress we really need to, I kind of feel, with the exception of that anomaly, things are... Well, that's the thing. Things are manageable. We're not able to move as forward as we want.
Well, we're very close to getting 3 clues on the card, and that's critical. So, and we should remember we can trade with anybody in our space. So it may be very advantageous for me to just move, do a big old trade between the 3 of us, and divvy up the stuff.
I agree. All right. Scott, thank you for playing. Eric, it's wonderful as always. And thank all of you who are watching along on Twitch and at YouTube. I hope that you enjoy this. And I hope that you're going to stick around to figure out if we're going to watch this, or if it is all going to completely explode in our face, as I think this game often does. So thank you all for being here. Have a good night, everyone.
Night.
Thank you. Good night.